All right, so this is the bottom half of pH 72, and this one is kind of complicated, more complicated than I would give you. Normally, I'll either give you 2 lines or 3 lines, but not 4 lines. So this one's pretty hard. And what I normally like to do is to look at the final goal. So the bottom is the goal that I want to do. So I have 4NH3 plus O2 yields 2N2H4 plus 2H2O. So I'm going to look for things that are kind of standouts, meaning that it's maybe one or maybe even two, but hopefully just one time in the equation. So the first one, I look at it, NH3, and I'm going to scan through all the different equations that we have, and I believe there's only one, NH3. So what we're going to do is I'm going to match it up. It's already on the left side, so I'm happy with it. And the coefficient on the goal is 4, so I'm going to multiply the top equation by 2. So by doing that, I get 4NH3, which matches up with the bottom NH3. And then I'm going to multiply it out. And just to make sure that I don't get it confused, I'm going to cross it out. Ideally, you could just erase it because then it just won't show up. But crossing out works as well. Then I'm going to look for the next one. And I kind of skipped over O2 because when you look at O2, there's a bunch of them kind of scattered around. And when I see more than one, I just want to focus on something else. So I skipped over to N2H4. And when you look through it, there's, I believe, there's 2 of them. And then I think I stopped because I just, since you see 2 of them, it's not really worth doing first. So I'm like, okay, not that. So let's look at something else. So on the left side, I have NH3 and I have O2, but I already have O2, so they're all in the right place. If I look back up to my first equation, I have NH3, 6N2O. So I don't see that anywhere else on my goal one. So then, okay, I'm going to try to get rid of that first then. So that's my next goal. Since I have oxygen kind of all over the place, I'm not going to worry about that yet. There's an N2O that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to look at how do I get rid of this. So I'm going to look through my other equations. I have one N2O there. And I'm scanning through the rest and I don't see it. So, okay, I'm going to flip it just so it's on the other side. And I have to multiply by 6 because I have 6N2O, so I need to cancel out. So I'm going to first flip it. N2H4 plus H2O. It's going to yield N2O plus 3H2. And now I'm going to multiply by 6. And then 6 times 3 gives me 18. Oh, I could have just cheated by drawing it, changing the 3 to 8. But whatever. Now, I'm going to get rid of that line so I don't get confused. I have 6 N2Os and 6 N2Os. I'm going to cross that out. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I go, okay, what do I need to do next? Now, I don't need H2O on the left. So I'm going to try to get rid of that as well. Oh, or I don't need N2H4 is on the wrong side. So then I'll go, okay, well, I have one here. So I'm going to flip that one. So N2 plus 2H2O gives me N2H4 plus O2. So I got rid of N2O on my top line, the purplish line. But now I have N2H4 on the left side, but I really need to get rid of it because it should be, if you look at my goal, on the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. So now it's on the right side, but on the purple one, I have 6 of them, so I need to have 2 more. So I'm going to multiply the bottom one by 8. So now I'm going to see which ones I was able to cancel out once I make sure my numbers are correct. So I'm going to get rid of the red line because I just got rid of it, or I changed it. And I'm going to, did I cancel out that one? Yes, I did. And I changed the 8 to 2, so that's perfect. So now the NH3 and the 2N2H4 are perfect. Let's see what else I could cancel out. Let's see. N2 I could cancel out, so I'm pretty good. NH3 is what I want. H2O, H2O. So I need to somehow get rid of H2Os. So since I flipped it, the H2O is on the wrong side. And I'll soon figure out what I did wrong here. Or I looked at O2. So either way, you could work either on H2O trying to get rid of or O2 I'm trying to get rid of. Here I need to get an O2 on the left side. So 8 is on the right, so I'm going to make 9 on the left. You could also do water too. In this case, we need 2 on the right, so it needs to be 18 on the yellow one. So once we do that, everything's kind of good. It's going to go to the right place. I kind of messed up there. I'm going to get rid of that cross, but I'm going to get rid of the 16 on top. 18, I'm going to change that to a 2. So now everything's done. So as long as I crossed out everything and I made sure everything's good, there's H2 on top of it. It also cancels out. And now when you add up everything that's not crossed out, we get our final answer. So this one's a little bit complicated. I will not give you this on the mini exam. It's going to be either a 2-liner or a 3-liner. But kind of just work your way through, cancel your way out, and just try to make sure that you write down every step. And then when you do cross out some stuff, just make sure you don't forget to cross it out, or else it'll be kind of painful trying to fix it. So now I'm going to do the energy. So I times 2, flipped, so that's -6, flipped and 8, so -8. Last one I multiply by 9. And when you add all these together, get -194.